In this video, our objective is to learn how to analyze a 2-factorial experiment. We're going to use the example of distances of 4 golf ball brands driven by 2 different golf clubs, a driver and a 5-iron. So what you see here are the 4 treatments, if you will, golf ball brand A, B, C, and D. And here you'll see the driver with 4 rows per sample, and the 5-iron also with 4 rows per sample. Step 1 is we're going to run the data tool pack using a 2-factor with replication. Okay, we're using 2-factor with replication. Number 1, it's a 2-factor experiment. We have factor A representing the golf clubs, factor B representing the golf balls, but because we have 4 rows per sample of data, we have replicates. So we're going to use this function. We're going to, let's see here, we're going to pick this entire matrix. Okay, so we pick up the factors, driver and 5-iron, the ball brands. We have 4 rows per sample. We're going to do our analysis with an alpha of 0.05. Our output range I'm going to put right here, and I'm going to click OK. Okay. So now what we have is we have a summary for the driver, the 5-iron, and total. We have count, sum, average, and variance for each factor on the club side, and then a total. Okay, and here you see it by brands A, B, C, and D. So I'm going to move over here, and the next thing I'm going to do is, if I wanted to make a plot to get a look at what my variation may or may not be, it's important to recognize first we have 8 treatment means, meaning we have an average for distances for golf ball A, B, C, and D driven with a driver and with a 5-iron. So this row that is color-coded right here is this row of data right here. And I'll just come back here and sort of put a color that's close to that. And then I have the same row of means for the 5-iron, and that is this sort of reddish color. Then I used Excel, I plotted this. So what I see here are a plot of distances versus the 4 golf ball brands for the driver and for the 5-iron. So an observation, because the mean differences narrow for brand B and widen for brand C, tells me that there could be a golf ball brand club interaction. So what comes out of this 2-factor with replication is this ANOVA table. And the sample essentially represents the clubs. The columns represent the brands. The interaction represents the club ball interaction. And then we have our error term. And then we have a total. This will conclude this part 1 of the video, and we will move into the ANOVA analysis in part 2.